Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now October 9th of 2021, and ever since the very end of both The Mandalorian Season 2 and The Bad Batch, a lot of fans have really been looking forward to what Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have in store for the future of the Star Wars universe moving ahead. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, I am on Twitter at Mike01 if you guys want to go ahead and give me a follow on there. I do post a couple of fun and entertaining things from time to time. So, given that we are now approaching the middle of October, alright, we're getting very close to the marketing of the Book of Boba. A lot of fans are looking forward to that, as well as a new tease of the Kenobi TV series that's going to drop by this December, teasing everything of what's to come by next May. So, May of 2022 is when Disney and Lucasfilm are aiming to drop that series. So, 2022, I know I've said this before in the past on my Twitter, but 2022 is going to be a very big year for Star Wars. It's going to be a very consistent year of Star Wars TV shows coming out one after the other. So I think that a lot of fans are going to really stay in tune with what Jon and Dave are really developing. So as of right now, we do know that Disney Star Wars is really beginning to actually turn in a different direction. That's exactly what Jon and Dave want. You know, they're bringing back a lot of Star Wars legends. They're really trying to keep it to the core of the vision by George Lucas. They want to stay in line with the Star Wars going back to its roots and kind of getting that back in line here, and I do respect that. So, now that we're in a very interesting phase, because we're approaching just before the Book of Boba Fett's release, that's going to be the very beginning of this new way of how Lucasfilm is going to handle Star Wars moving forward. And I think that once that show hits, and once it proves its point that it's a very good show, it's going to bring back a lot of those lost fans that walked away from either the sequel trilogy or Gina Carano's firing. Now, speaking about Gina Carano, this is what's really interesting and how it really does involve actor Mark Hamill. So, now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are primarily focused on their new projects like Star Wars Ahsoka and The Mandalorian Season 3, fans are also looking forward to other ones like Kenobi and even the Boba Fett series. Now, currently, however, Disney CEO Bob Chapek is creating major changes behind the scenes over at Lucasfilm to regulate the Star Wars franchise moving forward. Meanwhile, Kathleen Kennedy has been falling into some problems with multiple projects and aspects of the Star Wars roadmap and more. However, in a recent interview with actor Mark Hamill, who portrayed Luke in The Mandalorian in his own unique way, that was later done to make the character appear younger, Mark Hamill went on to talk more about Gina Carano and her firing from Lucasfilm. Now, Mark Hamill went on to explain that I have no personal issues with Miss Carano. We both got along very well on the set of the finale of the show, and I was always looking forward to meeting her. Yes, we have our political differences, and that's not something I want to get into right now just yet, but Miss Carano was nothing but a sweetheart to me and was always a genuine human being on set. I had actually spoke with Jon Favreau, and that Favreau had even explained to me personally that Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy were having issues with the character Cara Dune, and that they wanted to ditch the character entirely for Season 3 before she even was being considered to get fired. They were not impressed with Gina Carano's take on the character for its second season, and that they wanted to actually have her off the show. Which I thought was sad and just straight unfortunate, because she did a fantastic job portraying that character. Additionally, Hamill revealed that they actually had wanted a scene of Cara Dune to have a big piece of dialogue with Luke Skywalker toward the last few shows of the Luke scene, and that, of course, Jon Favreau was pushing for this idea to happen repeatedly. We all wanted to see it happen between Miss Carano and Luke Skywalker, because Favreau had told me Cara Dune was supposed to have deep ties to my sister Leia in the Star Wars world that was originally going to be explored in the Rangers TV show. The only thing that I know about that is, of course, very much serious is that Kathleen Kennedy had convinced the higher-ups over at Disney about her political beliefs and how they shouldn't move forward with the scene for the series, and that's what surely led to her scene not making the cut of the show. Now, I may not agree with Miss Carano and her beliefs, but I do believe, or I don't believe, someone should actually go out of the way and use that as a way to kick someone off of a show or a scene for that matter. Hamill also revealed that I was actually very excited for Rangers. Myself and Jon discussed how I was going to be involved somewhat at the time. having important scenes, but that show is now botched and being redone, so who knows if I will be involved or not in the near future. It's all a mystery to me, to say this honestly, and I just cannot wait for Favreau's work of what he's doing with the new TV shows. So, the thing about what Mark Hamill said is a very interesting take on Gina Carano's firing and how she had some scenes planned for the Mandalorian Season 2's finale. Now, Mark Hamill, obviously, I think that he's on the fence here. He's not being 100%, on Gina's side. He's not being 100% on the other people's side. He's just saying things like it is, right? Kathleen Kennedy went out of her way because A, she did not like the character Cara Dune, and B, she was not impressed with Gina Carano's political beliefs. And you know what? That's, when we look at everything that happened on social media with Gina Carano, I mean, hey, everybody has their own opinion on that, right? All the fans have their own opinions on that, and that's fine. I welcome that on here. So, everything related to Gina Carano getting fired, honestly, you can see more and more of these actors like Mark Hamill and others out there coming forward and talking a little bit more and more about Gina Carano. I know that Carl Weathers talked more about her. Katie did as well. Katie was very much vivid about her firing, and she actually said pretty much the same exact thing of how Gina was nothing but a sweetheart on set, but Mark Hamill went more in depth about all of this, of how her political beliefs did play somewhat of a role of the decision to actually get her kicked off of the set of the 3rd season of Mando, or to not have her involved with that actual season, let alone having a scene with Luke Skywalker. They wanted to actually have her have dialogue with Luke because they were setting things up for Rangers of the New Republic, because she was going to have these ties, these connections, if you will, to Leia, Luke's sister. And that does make a lot of sense. It would have been very powerful. The other thing that I do want to touch on here that's absolutely important is that Kathleen Kennedy, alright, I'm sure that you guys, went over this a couple of months ago of how Kathleen Kennedy kind of presented that fake apology about firing Gina Carano and how she never really wanted this for Gina. She never wanted it to happen in such a terrible way on social media. Yet at the same exact time, we had others out there talking about Kathleen Kennedy and how this was done intentionally over at Lucasfilm. They didn't want to fire her face to face. They wanted to do it through social media. And I think it just goes to show you how immature this company can be at times, a lot of times. And Mark Hamill, you can tell that he wants to talk more about this, but he can't, because he's most likely, and is involved with the Season 3 of The Mandalorian in some way, shape, or form. They're going to be using a very similar scenario of how they made Luke Skywalker come to life in that show. By Season 4 is when they're going to plan on the recast of Luke Skywalker, so that's, of course, the reason being. Season 3, they're focusing more on the CGI aspect still. So, like I say, guys, it's a very interesting development, to say the least, about Mark Hamill and what he had to say about Gina Carano and how Kathleen Kennedy went about doing this and exactly what was really involved. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think about all of this below in the comments about Gina, Mark Hamill, Kathleen Kennedy, and others out there. Let me know what you think about the whole entire scenario. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Night to moon, we hear them moans again.